welcome back to the channel, fool. Thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Flag videos like this. Have you ever seen this happen with your own eyes?
This bird keeps attacking me every time I go to my car. Hey, get out of here. I'm watching you.
Mockingbirds don't take threats lightly.
Is that for real? In my imagination. Let me see that.
Not your imagination.
What's the occasion?
Life.
Life. Have you just crawled out the grave? Where? Talk to me.
Have a nice day.
Are you haunting me or am I haunting you?
You're haunting me. See you later.
Joe.
Mental hospital, please. My actual worst nightmare.
Y'all would not believe what they found in certain areas that were burnt in the LA fires. Could this be why the military and the FBI was deployed and was stopping people from going down certain areas? You cannot make this up. They tell us right in our faces, bruh. Y'all, look at this video. This is what they found underground.
With the hazmat, we have found a underground lithium battery storage plant for bicycle batteries that has posed a huge hazard in that area. We are working with the hazmat teams to keep that contained. So a lot of that is just very dangerous. As you just heard, the air quality in some of that area is still very, very high.
With that being said, look at this video of these people not being able to go to their homes.
Battery, right? They keep lying straight to our face.
Abundantly clear. Coronavirus has been in play as a biological weapon agent since 1966. In 1990, Pfizer filed the first patent on a vaccine for coronavirus. Is it any wonder that Pfizer was in the game and knew that it was going to actually somehow mysteriously show up with a vaccine? Oh,
And they told Trump,
they
oh,
had a
we
patent.
made it in 2 days.
Yeah, they had a patent in 1990.
Doc, you've got the floor.
And
I'm not going to interrupt you. Keep going, keep going.
No, it's all good. Because what happened in 1999 is Ralph Barich's coronavirus modification and manipulation program took what used to be a respiratory and a gastrointestinal bug and turned it into something that would actually create cardiomyopathy in rabbits. And in 2002, that gave rise to the patent that was filed called the Infectious Replication Defective Clone of Coronavirus. Now, we have a commercially interested group of sociopaths who want to make money while killing people. That's the bottom line.
And creating a global control grid for the social credit score out of the vaccine passport.
No question, but the reason why that's important, remember, is if you can weaponize healthcare, if you can weaponize the idea that you need to do something in the interest of surviving.
That's a victorious beachhead.
It's a phenomenal beachhead. You get behavior modification, you get compliance, you get all sorts of other things. They knew...
You want proof? You're the living proof. Phoenix birds, very dangerous.
105 years old, and she was absolutely amazing. There is Ramiro, confirmed, 100-year-old. This guy looks like he's 70 years old. And he's jumping on a horse and lassoing cows and riding around. Easily the most vital centenarian I met on any continent over the past 20 years.
And it's not only about good genes. Means you gotta get your weight up.
I hit the lottery. Jamal won $30,000 on the Michigan lottery, bought himself a $20,000 necklace. You see, he's wearing it there. He's heard of people getting robbed for their jewelry.
Yeah, it's a thing. So I was just looking around, making sure nobody ain't trying to get my chain,
But they did get his chain. He walks out the store. The suspects were waiting.
they took off running and jumped in their car and took off down Warren.
Bro could have hit Timu and have all his money.
People are not scared though. People are not scared. See, although I'm beginning like, oh my god, I see somebody brave, but when I tired in a life here again. Look at there, sitting there. Oh my god.
And how did he get there?
There's some going on underneath the Taj Mahal.
There was a book, I think that book is called Badshah Nama. This was written about how Taj Mahal was built, and that book was written at the time of Taj Mahal. And they basically say that before the Taj Mahal was erected, there was a structure there. Demolished it and they built Taj Mahal on top of it. So now underneath there are several structures. Some of it has been opened now. At that time, most of these structures were closed, completely closed off.
Oh,
sealed.
really?
Yep.
What an amazing structure that is.
Taj
man.
Mahal? Yeah.
Good Lord.
Taj Mahal uses a lot of optical illusions and just confuses you. What makes you kind of like fall in love with that. Changes color according to the light, according to the time of the day, and the moonlight and all that stuff. Yeah.
Imagine what the bathrooms must be like.
Taters are just about done. I'm just gonna give them one quick whisk here.
Take my strong hand.
We're going to start in San Francisco, where community members say they're concerned over a naked man walking around following kids. You could see some of the incidents were caught on camera. This is in the Castro district. We've blurred it out, but pictures and videos show the man nearly naked and inappropriately touching himself.
But the problem is that now he's been targeting kids because he's been following kids. He's in front of the kids doing it. And he's been doing they said it for a year.
So what is SFPD doing about it? They say they can't do much. When they showed up to the scene last week, they said the man was only wearing a sock. But in a statement, police said officers did not have probable cause to arrest him. Parents say they'll continue fighting until the man is stopped.
Should we ask a new song? Dentist Pro Max.
I pray underwater, like evil can't access you underwater, you know?
Oh, that's interesting.
A lot of people don't know.
Is that true?
Yeah. And
maybe that's why a child is an amniotic fluid, huh?
Yeah, like water's super powerful, like a living being. I'm sure that soon in the future they will confirm for us that water is a sentient being, and that, you know.
Man, that's gonna be, if they do that.
Well, that's why all throughout history there was always gods of water, just because it's such a powerful force. You know? Yeah. God is great.
The entire planet is alive and sentient.
Case control study where we got the DNA from people that we vetted that actually had psychic talent, who said that they come from families who had this talent. And then we compared them against people who did not have any psychic talent, against families that also didn't have any psychic talent, to look for some kind of genetic difference between them. We assumed that we would find that the talented psychics were essentially mutants, X-Men, that they had some special genetic structure that was different. What we found instead is that it was the controls, the ones who didn't have any psychic ability, they were different. And so one of the people involved in our study is a specialist in the genetic of populations. We found that there's a historical connection with the controls that had no psychic ability that pointed back to a certain portion of the world. It pointed back to what used to be called the Holy Roman Empire. Why? We're talking about people who don't have psychic ability, because the Inquisition did its job really well. And it found people who had these abilities and got rid of them.
And killed them off.
And changed the genetic constellation of what you see in those portions of the world.
That is absolutely horrifying. They crippled us.
They changed the genetic composition of an entire population. Yeah.
But they didn't get all of us. Was he drunk?
Aquí vemos amigos de TikTok, miren nomás. Esto resultó en el pueblo aquí de San Marcos, aquí mi pueblo. Aquí toda la gente está asustada, estamos aquí asustados pues. Miren nomás. Ya ven que el paricutín resultó 3 días para que explotara, pero que alguien nos pueda ayudar. Evacuamos o qué hacemos, miren. La tierra, no sé, explotó, nada más se dicen que tronó. ¿Qué hacemos, señores?
Hot spring or a volcano? Either way, you're rolling the dice.
A DEA agent was setting up hidden cameras deep in the California wilderness to find cartel members who will have a grow operation. On this footage, a creature comes out, covers up the camera with foliage, and you can hear it walking off. There are several groups of footage that if you want to see, you got to pay. Because a lot of people don't want to release that footage because they don't want people coming on their property searching. And then these creatures seek revenge. Missing 411 is a series created by the gentleman I mentioned earlier, David Paulides. If it's not a real creature, why is it listed in the Yellowstone National Park's list of animals?
Bigfoot confirmed by Big Homie.
Japanese women really don't get menopausal symptoms and very low breast cancer rates, and they eat masses of seaweed, masses of sea fish, which has masses of iodine in it. Everybody's low on iodine because they're drinking, bathing in chlorinated water. They've got furniture which is off-gassing bromine, which knocks out iodine. They're using fluoride toothpaste, or there's fluoride in the water, and that's knocking out their iodine. They're going swimming in the swimming pool with chlorine in it. That knocks out the iodine. So pretty much everybody, unless they're being scrupulous, are low on iodine.
And they're trying to make us sick.
Some purple sugar cane, and I found a crazy mushroom. What in the frick is that, and what planet is that from? I mean, it looks like venom attacked this mushroom. It's got black goo on it. That is one trippy looking mushroom. Definitely looks edible for sure. Does anyone know what mushroom that is?
Edible for sure. And famous last words.
Can someone tell me how the icicles on my hummingbird feeder grew sideways and in the shape of a hummingbird? It's not like a hummingbird too.
And don't you know, water has memory. And your DoorBash is here. And get a priest ASAP.
To work for it, and that's how it is. Good.
What was the name?
Tree
The
of
Tree
Life.
of Life.
Yeah. Tree of Life. Wow.
Now there's peace.
There's peace now.
There's peace.
They're eating now. Wow.
Carved or real?
Yeah. She can come over here. Hello, Laurie.
Hi, Peanut! No, wait.
We need to talk to you.
Feet about to fall off. Is that diabetes?
Damn, the power just went out. That's crazy. Oh, it's coming back. Oh, what the was that? What the?
Last year. I've posted this footage before, but I'd just like to go over it once again. So, this object seems to be some sort of cluster. Now, people are going to be shouting balloon, balloon, but like I've explained, anomalies will imitate objects that can be seen in our surroundings. So I've slowed the footage down. If you keep an eye on this green object here on the left, if you look closely, there seems to be some sort of energy coming out of the surface. So you need to see that closely. That's not the sun's reflection. I've said this many times, many arguments. That's not the sun's reflection, guys and girls. But that's why I've slowed the footage down so we can check it out. Now, this object seems very much alive, and you need to look at it closely. Especially these penguin-looking objects. I mean, they almost look like real penguins, not balloons. It's crazy. Probably best not to believe anything I do say. But I'll always present the footage, and it's up to you to make a decision on these objects. I'll just continue to post what I know to be the truth, but you need to watch this carefully, this object, how it moves and behaves. No, you need to look at that penguin. I mean, can you see how much alive it is? I've got to add some pictures in a moment of real penguins, balloons at the bottom. And like I said, they imitate the object.
Are UFOs organic and can shapeshift?
My name is Peter Gertje. I'm a director of the Nordic Cochrane Center in Copenhagen and professor of research design and analysis at the University of Copenhagen. 2 years ago, I found out that our prescription drugs are the third leading cause of death after heart disease and cancer. Our drugs kill around 200,000 people in America every year, and half of these people die while they do what their doctors told them. So they die because of the side effects. The other half die because of errors. And it's often the doctors that make the errors, because any drug may come with 20, 30 or 40 warnings, contraindications, precautions and so on. No doctor in the world knows about all this. So they give patients drugs that they should not have given them, that interact dangerously with other drugs or food items or so on.
It's all part of the bigger agenda.
Hey, sir. I'm very sorry. My Uber dropped me off, and he abandoned me. I've only lived here about a month, and I live in the area. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I've been walking these streets for about an hour now. If you're able to help me get to my location, I'd be more than happy to pay you like $100. Bye.
Why isn't this in the news?
Who is the most demon-possessed person in politics right now?
Oh, there are so many candidates.
I agree. I think U.S. politics is run by demons.
Well, greed.
Greed, yes.
The spirit of mammon.
Spirit of who?
A mammon.
Oh.
And the spirit of Leviathan, the spirit of pride, runs politics. I know how desperately you wanted me to say Nancy Pelosi or Bernie Sanders or Kamala Harris, but I'm not going to do it.
Maybe Trump. Maybe Trump's got a demon.
Maybe. Anybody could have demons. And some of those people override those impulses by trying to do the right thing with a belief system that is good. But
what I'm really getting at is Hillary Clinton.
You don't know how they sleep at night, and you don't know what they're like behind closed doors. None of them. And that's the thing. It isn't how we act in public. It's how we treat our families, our innocent children, our spouses, our friends. Jesus said, greater love has no man than this, than to lay down his life for a friend.
Put it this way, it's mirrors reflecting mirrors.
One of the causations is that the British royal family has been flat-lie royal since 1840.
Explain that.
Flat-lie royal means illegitimate, not allowed on the throne. So, from the Battle of Waterloo, the British royal family lost all their money and they've been funded by the Rothschilds in exchange for breeding rights. So the Rothschilds had the breeding rights to the British royal family from 1819 to 2019.
So what was the purpose of the Rothschilds needing this?
The British royal family were virtually bankrupt from 1815. So the Rothschilds funded the British royal family in exchange for the Rothschilds breeding the royals. So the whole British royal family are Rothschild Batards. And Batard is the royal name for bastard. So what I did in my legal documents is I exposed King George V of England as being sired by Tsar Alexander III of Russia, and I exposed Queen Elizabeth II as sired by artificial insemination by Winston Churchill, who was actually the illegitimate son of King Edward VII.
Hang on.
I know, it gets too much, so I'll show you a chart.
Okay, so you've got it all laid out for us to see?
Absolutely.
So the Rothschilds are...
The other reason they were trying to push these LEDs so much was because the LEDs were outfitted with cameras. Very interesting when you start to think about it. LEDs outfitted with cameras. So when you think about it, let's say a person had a whole bunch of LEDs in their home. Well, then you got cameras watching you all the time. Almost kind of moves into some weird Black Mirror episode. Now, someone could say, oh, well, your phone is watching you. Yes, I know that. I understand. We're videotaping right now. And we're talking about it. And we're bringing awareness. But I can turn my phone off. I can cover the camera. I can do all kinds of things. I can pull the camera out of the phone. But with the lights, that's a whole different story. So that's why the whole LED movement doesn't really make a lot of sense. And if we get into the radio frequencies, which come off of LEDs, it's a whole twisted story. That's for sure. The Principles of Light and Color, Edwin Babbitt. This is really cool. When you're getting into color therapy is the original way in which they used to heal people. They used to put people in front of different colored glass and they would begin to heal. And what they would do is they would target.
Again, pay attention.
A perpetual twilight is beneath us. So we have the sun above our head, which is 32 nautical miles in diameter. It spirals in and spirals out, bringing the seasons. Okay, the land beneath us has the black sun, which is stationary, and it's 800 nautical miles in diameter, and it's fixed because the astral jet has to come shooting out through that hole, hit the parabolic mirror, and shower down on us. Before, there used to be trees that light would go shooting through, and that was like the living, breathing astral web that spread out across the earth. And now that's all been chopped down, and we're living in a mining colony. Everybody is working for worthless paper backed by their own stupidity. And now their God is time. Their time is money. You will get to school on time, pay your bills on time. Everything will be done on time.
All ancient civilizations spoke about other bodies, other lights in the sky that may or may not be visible to us at any given time. It's crazy though, when you see a solar eclipse, you don't see the moon at all. I remember as a kid, I like, where's the moon now? And it's like you just see this black circle and then everything goes back to normal. It seems like it's like, what the heck just happened?
On the total eclipse of the sun, the shadow that the moon casts on the earth is only 70 miles wide. That is impossible. But then they come up with umbra and penumbra, and it's just stuff to confuse your mind. We have an infinitely far sun sending diagonal rays from the side and straight rays from the middle, and where they cross each other. It makes absolutely no sense.
I went live a few years ago on YouTube during the 2018 eclipse in the United States on a live event, and we were all waiting for the moon to actually show up to cause this elliptical this eclipse, and all we found was no moon showed up. So that blew my mind to think that there was actually no moon visible, yet this effect of the sun literally being covered by an object I had witnessed.
Why can't we see the moon approach the sun, eclipse the sun, or exit the sun? And we don't. We just see a black circle eclipsing the sun. We never see it next to the sun. Now people say, well, it's because the sun is so bright. When the moon is totally eclipsing the sun, you should be able to see the features on the moon. You should be able to with a regular camera, with your regular eyes, with an infrared camera, but it has never been seen. There's only been anti-flat earthers that will fake an image and fade it into a picture of the eclipse. There's no video of it. Think about what an amazing video would be if they could film it from the International Space Station or from the moon itself. Never happens because I don't believe it's the moon that we see is what's eclipsing the sun. There's lots of ancient mythology about other dark bodies.
There could be anomalous bodies up there. They're not actually visible to us.
A celestial body that we perhaps can't see, because there's on the spectrum of light, we can only see 1% of all the light rays, gamma rays, X-rays. We can't see these certain frequencies and energies and lights.
What happens is the sun is eclipsed by the so-called moon, but it's not the moon. It's actually the north node.
There's been, times documented in the past where there's, this eclipse and the moon's supposed to be eclipsing and there's no moon anywhere in the sky. Nowhere. Anywhere. And that makes absolutely no sense. So there's got to be another celestial body. The oldest ancient symbols, and it's the black sun, a celestial body that we perhaps can't see.
A lot of ancient civilizations always spoke about a black sun. It's like, why are they talking about a black sun for hundreds, if not thousands of years? And that information now is turned into, oh, the black sun is an evil thing. It's like, well, yeah, of course, that's what they're selling it. They're selling it to you as an evil thing to stay away from it. They already don't want you to like the real sun in the sky. They push it so far away. They want you to not care about it. There's a reason it's close to you. There's a reason it's here for us. There might be more suns and moons on the outskirts of Antarctica, on the outer lands. There might be more suns and moons. There might be more suns and moons in our world here.
And are we all getting played?
I'm about to freak all of you out. So last night, TikTok goes down, right? But then about 4 hours later, now I live in LA. About 4 hours later, there was a big boom. Big booms aren't a big thing around here. There was a big boom, a flash of light, and then this happened. This is from the UC San Diego alert cameras. It's not a joke.
The big boss is here. My car got stolen last month. Was it her?
What is that? I'm out here trying to enjoy some coffee marshmallow ice cream, and these poisoning everybody. It's 50 degrees. There can't be snow. What is it coming from? What the is that? Yeah, I don't think we should stick with it. I just saw a man in a black suit run all the way through. Zero emotion in his eyes, zero energy, zero life. This is not normal. The fog is not normal. The drones are not normal. None of this is normal. What the is going on? Just show us the aliens. Show me the aliens. What is happening? Why won't you show me the aliens? I don't want another congressional hearing. I don't want another news report. At this point, they could land, and it wouldn't matter because nobody could distinguish between AI and what is actually going on. So if we could have an official meeting with Trump and Elon and whoever is the head of the Galactic Federation and the Anunnaki and whatever's happening, can we just get to the bottom of it? Because this fog is freaking people the out, and I think it's part of it. I think the fog is there to cover up whatever's happening in the skies, because all of a sudden it got foggy all over the United States. I'm no longer a conspiracy theorist all alone just screaming at the top of his lungs anymore. It's happening in front of our eyes. This is the most amazing generation and moment ever, and guess what? We're filming it. We're filming it live. It's happening live.
You want to know?
But do you feel like they would say to someone, okay, we're going to bring you in unless...
Absolutely. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even like in the rap world, like all of the rappers that you know that never been to jail, never gotten any trouble with the law, but they talk as if their life is opposite of that. Like those are federal informants, like, you know.
You think they're really out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's part of the job, is to acquire those. It's like saying, you know, if you're playing chess, do you have any pawns? You have to.
And there is no doubt about it. And I can tell you he's not sitting out of hunger.
Beyond the equator,
Okay.
is there a South Pole that the compass points to? It's supposed to be magnet poles, right? North and south magnetized.
Mm-hmm.
But when below the South Pole, guess where the compass points? North.
When you're supposedly going south?
I'm beyond. I've been all the way down to
Past the equator.
Past the equator, all the way down to Santiago, Chile. That's really far.
Almost
south.
Antarctica.
Almost. Close to it, right? Really far. And if the Earth is curved, right? And then this is the equator. I'm on this side now, right here. My compass should not be able to pick up that north magnetic pole. It should go south, right? And it doesn't.
Is that because the Earth is flat?
So you can cook in olive oil. This myth that olive oil oxidizes when you cook it is one of the worst internet myths there is.
Really?
It turns out that olive oil is the least oxidizable oil. It's even better than avocado oil or coconut oil. It does not oxidize.
Oxidize meaning like evaporate.
No,
What do you
oxidize meaning gets damaged.
Damaged. Got it.
Okay. It turns out everybody sees olive oil smoking and they figure that's damaged. It's not.
So you can burn it as much as you want.
You know, cultures have been using olive oil to cook with for 5,000 years.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's not a lot of dead Italians from cooking in olive oil.
One of the best oils for your health. And no excuses. And that's a wrap on this episode, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me. Smash that subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.